Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again. So today we're going to be talking about strings in Python. So I'm going to try to do this video in less than 10 minutes so that way I don't waste too much of your time and you guys can go on and keep developing. So let's go ahead and get into this. So what are strings in Python? Strings are just surrounded by single or double quotation marks. Both of them are equivalent. Now strings are basically just a series of characters or bytes, and to create a string we can either use single or double quotes. So let's go ahead and do the word name. Let's go with Scooter, and we're going to use single quotes on that one, and then name 2 is Scooter again using double quotes. So the easiest way, or the printing out a string, is very simple. Just use the print function and then type in the variable that you want to use. So the first one, we're going to use name, and then we're going to print it out again using name 2. And let's run it. And as you can see, both of them look exactly the same because they are exactly the same. Python reads this as both of them the same way. The only difference, single versus double quotation marks. Now this is how you can assign a string to a variable, which is very simple. And then in Python you also can have multi-line strings. Only difference, you use triple quotation marks whenever you want to have a longer multi-lined string. So this, let's just say this is a long description with, just multiple words, garbage, whatever. Same thing applies with this. You can do the same thing using single quotation marks or double. They're read exactly the same. So in this case, I don't really need to show you that because I just showed you with the variable up here that they reads it just the same. So let's go ahead and print this out, run it. This is a long description, whatever that is. Now strings are basically just like arrays. So strings in Python are arrays of bytes. Python does not have a character data type, so you can actually piece out certain items out of strings using square brackets like you would with arrays. You can kind of like index them. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, and if I want to get the S out of Scooter, I can just type in name bracket, get the 0th spot out of the name, clear this out and run it. As you can see right there, I got the S out. Same thing applies if you want to be able to get different characters out of there. If you want to go in reverse order and get the R, you can use a negative value to get that. And as you can see there, there's the R. Simple as that. You can slice strings. So let's go ahead and slice this real quick. If I want to get from S to the O, the last O in name, I can go from 0 to 4. And this will slice it all the way to that. And as you can see there, now we have string methods. A few of the basic ones that you may run into, which is the strip. So the way that the strip works, it removes any space that is in the front or in the back of the string. So that's the only way that this one exactly works. As you can see, I just put a space in between the two words. That it's not going to remove that one. It's only going to remove the one that is in the front and in the back. So let's just put that in here just so you can distinguish what I'm talking about. So this, when I print this to the screen, it should be as close as possible to the edge. So let me clear this out and run it. And as you can see here, it stripped the white space out. And let's go ahead and try another one, which is the lower method or function. So the way that the lower function works is that it will make all of the characters that is inside of the string lowercase. So let's go ahead and see that. As you can see, it made all of the letters that are inside the string lowercase. And then we got one more, which is called the upper. And by the name, you should kind of be able to figure it out. It's going to make all of the characters uppercase, as you can see here. And then we got one more thing that I'm going to try to cover, or two more things I want to cover, and that is the string concatenation. So string concatenation is being able to combine multiple strings into one string. So let's go ahead and do, like, let's see, a first name, and we'll go with Scooter, and a last, we'll just go with Scooter Johnson or something, you know, who knows. And then we want to take both of those names and make one name. So whenever you are doing string concatenation, you can use the plus sign, and when you have different or multiple variables, for each variable you need to make sure that there is a plus sign in between them, and then make sure there is not a plus sign in the front or in the back. So what I mean by that is you got the word first here. If I want to create the full name, I want to have the first plus the last. And then after I'm done with that, I want to just print this out as the full name. Clear the screen and run it. As you can see here, we got Scooter Johnson. The way, if you want to be able to get that in there where there's a space, you can either put it here behind the R, or you can put it here in front of the word Johnson. I'll just put it at the back of Scooter, and then I should be able to get the space, as we can see here. And then we got one more thing that I'm gonna show is the string format. So the string format method takes arguments that are passed in and formats them and places them in the curly brackets. So we got here is the words Scooter Johnson, or the first, like I said, the name we just built here, and we can build up a phrase. So we can build up a phrase that says, my name is, we can put curly brackets here. Now this is how you are able to substitute in a variable within your string. And then I can create another phrase. Let's go with this one being my first name is, and then my full name. And then here is also a shortcut that I'll show you, so that way there's two different ways that you can do this. You can have one with just the curly brackets, and then you can have another one that uses the format method. So the way you do it is, after you have your string, you do dot format, and then you just put the variable name that you want placed inside of the curly brackets. And then I will show you how the first one works. So if I want to print out the first one, I need to have phrase dot format and then put in the first. So this will give me, my first name is Scooter, because it's using the variable Scooter, which has the string Scooter in it, or it's using the variable first, which has a string named Scooter inside of it. And let's print this out. As you can see here, my first name is Scooter. And then let's use the second one. phrase 2. So since I already put the format on it, there's no need for me to use the format on it whenever I'm using the print function. And as you can see here, my full name is Scooter Johnson. So that is a few of the basic things that you can do with strings. Now there's obviously more things out there, but I just did the ones that I think would be more in line of you running into whenever you're doing small little projects. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next video.